Hi guys, we have just docked in our first Greek island of the cruise, which is Rhodes. Now, the weather out there, I have no idea. The scenery out there, I have no idea. Because as you know, I am staying in an inside cabin this week, so I don't have a window and can't look outside. So let's go back and talk about the plan for today. But before we do that, let's take a walk upstairs and have a look out on the top decks to see what it looks like here. Okay, let's take a walk from here out across the top deck and see what's here. Isn't this one of the most beautiful ports you've ever seen? Look at that walled city and look at all that history coming all the way out to the ship. I was completely blown away walking out here. I would also say that if you would like to have a day on the ship, this is a pretty good port to do it because everybody heads ashore. On that note, do not leave the ship as soon as you drop the gangway. As you can see here, it's like a massive chain of ants running towards the city. I usually try and avoid that early morning rush by going up and just grabbing breakfast and chilling out with a coffee because I can't be bothered being in the crowds. Anyway, let me give you one last look around here and I'll see you back down in the cabin to talk about today. Okay, good morning, and yeah, the view up there is amazing this morning. I cannot wait to get off this ship this morning. So, we, through the night, had, the weather last night doesn't actually bear thinking about, so it was just one of them where the weather wasn't like scarily bad, it was just constantly rocking, and do you know what? It's actually the first time since I got on my first cruise ship back in March this year. So if you haven't been following this channel all the way through, then I'm actually living on cruise ships this year. So this is ship number 7 for me. And I think I'm on like week 12 or something. And yeah, this is the first time where I've kind of lay in bed last night thinking, I can't sleep, I can't sleep, I can't sleep. So yeah, I haven't slept very well last night, so bear with me today, that would be great. We've docked in Rhodes. The plan for today, the gangway opened at 10:30. It actually dropped a little bit early today, which was good, so that was down for about 10 o'clock. It's now about 11 o'clock, so I'm almost ready to go just after I've spoken to you guys. All aboard is 5:30, so we've got all day here, and the weather. I mean, good grief, let's discuss the weather. So here right now what month are we in? It is now the middle of June. Yes, it's now yes, it's now the middle of June, and today it started off about 22, 23 degrees Celsius, and that will build to about 27 or 28 degrees Celsius. So it's due to be an absolute scorcher out there today, which, yeah, those hot days, you've got to be really, really careful of them, and it's what I always say to people when they're looking at booking like drinks packages and stuff. Most people think about the drinks that you'll get through only while you're on the ship. But I always would say, look, remember that with like bottled water and things, you can take that off the ship with you. So it might be worth it, especially if the ship's a little bit of a walk into the town, which today isn't, to be fair. But if the ship is a walk into the town, it might be worth taking a drinks package where you can go and grab a bottle of water or two every day. If that's included, then obviously you would take it. So yeah, due to be hot, and I am excited. I saw the sun yesterday though, so I'm gonna have to wear my hat today, I think. So yeah, I think I look ridiculous in a hat though, so I don't think I'll be appearing on this YouTube video at any point in it. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else to walk you through on the daily schedule, nor is there anything to walk you through in this little cabin. So yeah, very impressed by what I've seen up there so far. My plan for what I'm doing when I get off the ship. So I was told by, well, quite a few people actually, that Rhodes is just stunning, and the part of the city, or the part of the island that we're docked in, is a 5-minute walk to the old town, which is apparently like a medieval, well, you'll have seen it in that video, it is like a medieval walled part of the city. So my plan is to get off, wander around there, get lost in the walls hopefully, and then head over to the marina, and then finally close off down at the beach. So that should fill a day if we can have a good wander around the old town, a good wander around the old city, and then finish off down at the marina and down at the beach. Hopefully that'll take us to like 4 o'clock and then we can come back for a bite to eat. So yeah, let's make tracks, get off the ship now, and into the Greek sunshine. I'm in the process of getting off the ship now, but one thing that it's actually jogged my memory that I did want to mention to you guys. Now, over the last couple of weeks, quite a few people actually have reached out to ask, how do you not get lost on these ships, especially when you're only on for a week and then you jump on another one and you jump on another one? And you know, there's actually, this is probably the thing that I would say, if you're not booking a cruise because you're nervous about getting lost, please don't be. I wanted to show you this, which is what Royal Caribbean use. I've also seen this on Celebrity. I'll flip the camera and give you a better picture. But this is essentially a model of the ship where the front of the model faces the front, the back of the model faces the back. You've then got what deck you're on, highlighted in blue, and then all the venues towards the front or towards the back on every single deck. So it's really, really straightforward to not get lost on here. You just have to find one of these models if you're not sure where you're going. Now, the other thing to mention is that some ships are amazing for not getting lost because it's so easy to see your way around. So if I show you this ship as an example, now this is obviously Rhapsody the Seas, but there are other variants of this ship. But if you look down this main atrium, so we're on deck 7 right now, which is mostly cabins, if not all cabins, and you look down and you can see the majority of venues in this atrium. So you can see deck 4, deck 5, deck 6, and then deck 7, which is where we are now. And you can kind of see what's going on each level all the way up. So yeah, this ship, to be honest, this has only got like the main atrium here, and then a lot of the venues towards the back are like dining rooms and stuff. So I find this ship probably one of the easiest to navigate that I've ever been on. So anyway, speaking of being on the ship, let's go and get off the ship. Just like that, we are ashore. Let me give you one pan round to show you what this cruise ship looks like from the dock, and then let's head over towards the walled city. The walk out the port, really, really straightforward, and because I missed the crowds, it was actually really chilled out and relaxed. As soon as you leave the port boundary, you're met with rent-a-car places, you're met with rent-a-bike places, so if you'd like to explore a little bit further ashore independently, then you can take advantage of them. However, I've never been here before, so I was looking forward to checking out what's local to the ship. First of all, can we talk about that water? Is that not just absolutely beautiful? The amount of fish that you could see in there was, it was amazing, to be perfectly honest with you. Now, anyway, let's head into the inside of the walled city. All you have to do is walk along the road until you get to the first gap in the wall, and then head inside. I'll tell you more about this walled city in a little second, but for now, let me show you what it looked like as soon as you walk in. Absolutely incredible. This place is mad. So you get off the cruise ship and, no exaggeration, within 1 minute of walking, you're in the walled city. Like, I've never docked anywhere like this before. I've come into this little park just so that I can grab a minute to talk to you, but yeah, I'm actually really blown away by this. So this was another port on this itinerary that I didn't do any research into what I wanted to do before I came here, because the two big ones for me on this cruise is Santorini and Mykonos. So Santorini is tomorrow and Mykonos is in 3 days' time. So I know exactly what I want to do in those ports, but this one was one that I thought, okay, I've heard good things, I'll go for a walk and see what it's like. And you know, it is so much more, what would the word be? Authentic, maybe? It's a lot more historic than I thought it was going to be. This is, if you look at like the walled cities in York in the UK, it's all very built up and it's all very developed when you're inside the walls, and the walls aren't like full the whole way around, I don't think. But this, honestly, I feel like I'm in another world right now. So yeah, let me take you around, show you more of this. After we've had a wander in here, I'm going to try and get down to the marina because I saw a couple of boats, which you guys will have seen on the screen already. There's a couple of boats kind of near our ship, and they're not small. So yeah, maybe this will be the day that I can befriend some super rich yacht owner, which, by the way, plug, if you're one of them, please get in touch, because I would love to get a yacht holiday at some point. I definitely can't afford one. So yeah, let's have a wander around here, get down to the marina, and then head down for a look at the beach. Okay, welcome to the medieval city of Rhodes. Would you believe it that this part of the city was built between the years 1309 and 1523? That's right, 1309. I know, I struggle to believe that as well. It's absolutely amazing. Anyway, what I'm going to show you over the next couple of minutes are just some of the sights that you can see as you take a walk around this remarkable part of the city. I did think the song choice here was pretty apt too, because I've wanted to come here for years and years and years, and all day walking around here I just had to keep pinching myself because I could not believe this was happening and I was really here. Anyway, let me leave you with some sights of the old town and I'll speak to you shortly.
But one day I'll be yours again. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 get something from nothing. I sit here looking for an answer. Maybe the biggest question was in the last chapter. You gave me the soul I have today. Without you I never could have moved away. But now I see what you teach. I do believe I always should have stayed. Yeah. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure. But one day I'll be yours again. One day I'll be One day I'll be yours. One day I'll be
It's safe to say that I was so impressed with what I saw here in the medieval city. Next up for me was to head along to the marina and then down to the beach. First of all, can we talk about this boat? I have no idea how you buy anything from this, but everything on here was for sale. I couldn't see any store assistants, are we calling them, on the boat, but yeah, apparently you could buy them, so not entirely sure. Anyway, let's head to the marina. Now, the next attraction to look at on our journey are the 3 huge windmills which are built on the sandbank right beside the ocean. Now, these were built primarily to assist with the grain trade from incoming commercial ships, and it's believed that actually at one point there was 13 or 14 of these windmills, although all of the others have disintegrated fully over time and only 3 remain. These are now fully restored and taken care of by the locals, and they are doing an amazing job, and it's just brilliant to see such a nod to the past in such a modern marina. These are directly beside this stunning fortress, which I didn't have time to go into. Now let's talk about the marina. I went a walk around. As you know, I love yacht spotting. I love looking at just, to be honest, the level of wealth and money in some of these ports. And I didn't think I'd get on board one of these boats until I saw this and thought, okay, maybe it's worth a try. I went on hoping to get a taste of a local beer. Well, let me leave you here and you can see for yourself what I got to enjoy. Guys, let me talk to you about where I am right now. I have come a walk down to the marina, and as I got here and I saw all the yachts, there was one that is like a floating restaurant barge. So I thought, not sure if it's open, let me try. Well, let me tell you, it is open. I have just got a fresh pint of apparently very local beer, and yeah, nobody else seems to think it's open, so I have got the whole place to myself, minus one family that have just appeared, but I think they're going upstairs. The whole place to myself, hanging out the back of this boat. Yeah, this honestly is this is like a dream. So yeah, from me here in Rhodes, cheers. Today so far is going so well. I definitely feel like I've seen the sun today, and you can also tell that I have been wearing my hat with what's happened to my hair. Now, anyway, mobile disco going by. Now, anyway, we are currently en route over to the beach. So if you try and get your bearings, the ship is basically just hopefully over my shoulder now. There. So the ship is just right there, and the beach is just, what, about a 20-minute walk away from the ship. So I'm going to go down here, have a wander along the well, I don't know if it'll be sand or if it'll be rocks or stones. I'm imagining it's going to be sand, but yeah, have a walk along the beach, get my toes in the water at least, and then think about heading back to the ship. I'm actually now quite hungry. It's about 3 o'clock, and yeah, I'm in two minds. I might sit down and eat out here, but to be honest, I'll probably just head back because I've got a few things I want to do before the all aboard time. So tonight, the solo traveller catch up, which I haven't been to yet on this cruise, the solo travellers meeting is at 5 o'clock, which is half an hour before we leave. So ideally, I'd like to get back, have a bite to eat, and then also go to that prior to us leaving the port so that I can tell you how it is, because at the moment I don't really know how Royal Caribbean are doing on the older ships from a solo traveller point of view. So yeah, bear with me and I'll let you know. But yeah, let me head over, show you the beach, and then I'll probably next catch up with you when we get back onto the ship shortly. So this is the main beach that you'll find pretty close to where the cruise ships come in. I know what you're thinking, that platform puts the fear of God into you. Well, let me give you a closer look. I couldn't believe that, I mean, in the UK, health and safety would never allow this. And I was terrified watching that, but hey, I guess it's okay here. Now, anyway, looking at the shoreline, one thing that I would say is that this area is full of very expensive beach clubs. So if you do want a day relaxing in a pretty premium environment, that could be for you. Anyway, that's not what I signed up for today, so it's time for me to head back to Rhapsody, which you can see over in the background of that shot. In order to get there, you just stick to the outside of the city walls, as you can see here, follow the promenade, and you're going to end up back at the port. First on my agenda before taking you back to the cabin was to get lunch. If you've watched my other episodes from this series, you'll know that I've struggled with queuing for venues on here. And look, yet again, a massive big queue. I did find the dining queues to be very frustrating on here. This was just for a takeaway sandwich counter, so I just got a couple of rolls and tuna and a salad. Annoyingly, it took me about 30 minutes in that line, but hey, I guess I'm on holiday or I'm on vacation, so I shouldn't moan too much. Anyway, I'll see you in the room. I will tell you one thing, I am delighted to be back in this cabin. Honestly, I feel absolutely knackered, but I have had such a good day again today. So yeah, that port, as I said earlier, I've never been to a Greek island before, but the thing with that you could just get off the ship and you're there. And everything that you could want to go and see is within walking distance. It's so easy to get around the port. Like, yeah, I would say that if you're planning a cruise to the Greek islands, just be really clear where is your ship docking, because if you're like we were today, I wouldn't do an excursion, which is maybe quite a bold claim, but I don't really like doing cruise line excursions anyway, but I wouldn't bother with that. A lot of people do them because it gives you the security of if you travel to somewhere, you can get back in plenty of time. But honestly, that port, so if you're going to Rhodes, then I would honestly recommend stay local to the port, check out the old city, check out the beach, check out all the stuff that is going on around that area. Even just wander down to the Marina. That is such a nice way to spend the day. So yeah, I'm now back. And, oh yeah, I could quite happily just go to bed right now after not really sleeping all that great last night. But yeah, tonight, I haven't even looked at the schedule for tonight. Is there a show? There should be a show. Yeah, I reckon it'll be like a evening entertainment. Yes, 10 o'clock tonight. Ah, Frankie and the Dreamers. So I'm not entirely sure what Frankie and the Dreamers sing, play. I think it sounds like a band, but I'm not entirely sure who or what they are. So I think tonight is a tribute to them. So I'm intrigued to see if actually I will know the music when I go along to it. But yeah, I'll catch up with you properly on the plan for tonight in a little bit, because we are going to head outside to like the promenade deck, which is down on deck 5, to watch us pushing off from the port. And yeah, let me show you what I think is one of the little hidden gems on this class of cruise ship. Yeah, so I should apologise because I just realised the absolute state my hair was, was in that last clip. But yeah, anyway, so I am now down on that promenade deck, down on deck 5, and honestly, I think this has got to be one of my biggest recommendations if you're coming on this type of cruise ship. It is just so quiet. You can see all the way up the deck behind me a minute ago, and then all the way down there. Fine, there's a couple of people, but I mean, this is absolute worlds apart from what you see upstairs. And the luxury with down here is you can actually see what's going on ashore. So yeah, biggest advice, if you're looking to sail out of, well, anywhere on one of these ships, get down to the promenade deck, because everybody goes up to the pool deck and it's rammed up there. So yeah, I'm gonna, oh man, I mean, honestly, I'm gonna thrive in this sunshine for half an hour while we watch the ship leave. I might then take a wander up to the top deck just so that we can see that aft view of us actually leaving the port. But yeah, let's see what sail away looks like when you come out of Rhodes here in Greece. We have now left the port, so tonight we will be sailing across to Santorini, which is where we dock tomorrow morning, And I reckon that the views might be quite nice tonight because if you look at it on Google Maps, we sail past quite a lot of other islands, so I'm looking forward to heading out on the deck for a look. Now, to that end, I've actually decided to scrap the dining room tonight. One of the things about the dining room on here is that you've got to be in either early or at the right time to get a seat anywhere near a window. And I guess that's not a criticism of the ship. Like, every ship's the same, where they've got the tables around either side, and then everyone else is kind of in the main bowl, if you like. So, yeah, I haven't managed to get a window seat yet, and on the nights that are a little bit more scenic, I would rather be out on the deck. So I am going to go to the Windjammer to get a buffet dinner tonight, and then after that, well, just eat it on like the deck, kind of by the pool, and then you can still have a good look out. Now, on that note, on the cruise compass that comes through every day, they tell you on here what the menu is for the Windjammer each night. So tonight, the theme is favourites from from across the pond. So tonight is the American slant on the British cuisine, which is always interesting. I always cringe when I see another nationality take a guess at what the local food is in the UK. To be fair, they haven't got it that bad, so it says on here, tonight it's all your favourite pub grub. So we've got fish and chips, bangers and mash, cottage pie, or go for the full English when you pair it with a pint and raise a toast to the king. Well, interesting that we've got royal references in here as well. But yeah, if I can go up there and get, to be honest, fish and chips tonight would be an absolute delight. If I can get fish and chips with tartar sauce, I would be delighted. So watch this space on that one. But hopefully, fish and chips are coming right up. Now tomorrow, as I said, we dock tomorrow in Santorini, which for me is one of two highlights this week. So highlight number 1 is tomorrow, and highlight number 2 is Mykonos, which we've got 2 days later, and we've got a visit to Athens in between. So they're my highlights because they both look absolutely beautiful, and I've wanted to go to Santorini for years, and I've just never, to be honest, I've never got round to it. So yeah, very excited. Now, on tomorrow's cruise compass, so if you opt for the paper copies of this, you'll just get it under your cabin door as you're getting ready for dinner, which I love because it means that right now I already know a lot of what's happening tomorrow. I do struggle with a lot of cruise lines' digital apps because if you look at the information that's on here, and in here, it's a lot to get through. Oh my goodness, I've actually just seen... Where was that? I thought I saw Michael Jackson. Oh, okay. Tomorrow it was Name That Tune Michael Jackson. I thought that was going to be the main show tomorrow night. That is really, really sad. So, right, anyway, what am I doing with this? Tendering, that's what I was going to tell you about. So tomorrow morning, we are going to be tendering at Santorini, which basically means that we won't dock. So the ship will basically open up a wall in the middle, at the bottom, sorry, and then smaller boats will come up and service the ship to take all the passengers ashore. Now, I've only done this with one other cruise line, which was Marina, and funnily enough, it was the exact same ship as this one, but owned by Marina. So that was a couple of years ago, though, and I had got the cruise bug, but I didn't have a YouTube channel, I didn't have an Instagram, I didn't really log anything, so I don't really have very strong memories of what the tendering process was like, if I'm perfectly honest with you. So what I'm not going to do is read you through the letter that we've received tonight about tendering, because I want to kick off tomorrow's video with that, given the fact that it ties into the port of Santorini rather than Rhodes. So yeah, it's going to be quite an early rise for me tomorrow, because I want to hopefully be one of the first off so that I can tackle the climb to get that postcard picture of all the blue roofs before everyone else. Whether or not I'll make it, I guess that remains to be confirmed, but because it's quite an early rise, I am just going to have dinner followed by, I'll just go and chill out at the show, to be honest, and just drink loads of water, because as you can see, I have caught the sun again today. So I'm just going to go to the show, drink loads of water, chill out there, and then after that, probably think about going to bed. I'm not really maximising on the nightlife on the ship this week, just due to the fact that the ports have been so good. On some itineraries, if we're docking in ports, which I won't name them in case it offends anyone, but if I'm docking in ports that I'm not that excited about or I've been to before, I tend to fall into the trap of staying up quite late, going to the bar, but this cruise actually I actually haven't had a drink on this cruise, and we're now approaching the end of day 3, which is, yeah, very unlike me. So, anyway, let's head up to Windjammer and get some fish and chips, and I will catch up with you guys very briefly at the end of the video. So yeah, I am, as you can hopefully tell, back in my cabin, and that's the end of the night. Isn't it amazing how quick a day goes when you're on holiday? Like, I feel as though sometimes I wake up in the morning and then suddenly I'm back here telling you guys that it's the end of the night. So yeah, look, I again have had an absolute ball today. This cruise, I think, yeah, this could be a contender for one of my favourites, not because of the ship, for a couple of reasons that I'll tell you about as we go through the week, but for the ports. Like, these 2 ports have been amazing. The embarkation port was a breath of fresh air because Haifa is so different to anywhere I've been before. Santorini has got big boots to fill tomorrow, but I've got faith that it's going to deliver, so hopefully it's not going to be a joke with the crowds, but yeah, let's wait and see tomorrow how that looks. Now, tonight, okay, fine, so the name of the band that were down there were a tribute to the other band. I think down there it was called Frankie and the Dreamers, but the real one is Freddie and the Dreamers, or the other way around. Anyway, either way, I actually did know some of the music, so yeah, turns out I just had no idea that that was the name of the band, or that that band was a band. So, but I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop talking now because I'm probably proving my lack of general knowledge. So, yeah, band was good, or the show was good tonight. I enjoyed it. It's always a good way to spend the night, really, isn't it? Now, after the show, I popped down to, where did I go? Oh, I went down to the atrium, and they were playing this game which I've played before at like a summer barbecue, where you strap like a box of tissues to your back and put a belt round. Then you have to kind of shake to get all the ping pong balls out. That kind of entertainment, I love it. That didn't exist on the European cruise lines that I've been on recently, so it has been really, really refreshing to get back to like entertainment that's, some would say budget, but I just think it's really good fun and everyone gets involved with it. It's a bit like a Christmas cracker joke. Like, fine, okay, it's a bit cringe, but everyone actually has a good laugh with it. So yeah, really, I actually really have enjoyed tonight. Now, the only thing I did want to touch on here was the solo traveller meetup. So, as you know, I came back to try and go to that earlier, and that was at 5 o'clock down in the Schooner Bar. Now, unfortunately, at 5 o'clock in the Schooner Bar, there was a general knowledge quiz going on. So, I don't know if anyone there was solo, or I don't know if anyone who maybe was solo turned up and got lumped doing the quiz on their own. Really don't know. But I just think it's a perfect example of a cruise line that's trying, or at least applying, a token gesture, and to be honest, in as nice a way as possible, failing miserably at it, failing miserably at the first hurdle. Like, if you're going to put an event on in a bar to get solo travellers to talk to each other, why on earth are you scheduling a quiz in there at the same time where you've got everyone sitting in silence listening to the quizmaster? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, look, let's see if that gets better as we go through the cruise. Maybe it is just that something went wrong today and the quiz got moved into that venue, or whatever. But yeah, it's a bit awkward, and it doesn't sit right with me to be paying the full double supplement on most Royal cruises for them not even to think about, oh well, hang on a minute, how can we help solos given the fact they're paying double to be on the ships? So yeah, look, hopefully just a bad experience tonight. The rest of the ship tonight has actually made up for the poor sour taste that was in my mouth after the solo thing, so hopefully that improves over the next couple of days. I might go tomorrow, might not entirely sure. We've got a big day tomorrow. So that, I guess, brings this episode to a close, which, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed following along today. I've really enjoyed going ashore today. I just love when you go to a port that's brand new. I just find it so exciting. But hey, look, if you've enjoyed it, it'd be brilliant if you could give it a thumbs up, which you can do just below. And if you'd like to come along on the rest of my adventures over the next however long, then you'd be more than welcome to do that. You can do that just by clicking subscribe directly underneath the video as well. But hey, look, if you're still here, say hello in the comments. It would be lovely to get to know you a little bit better, and thank you so much for watching. But for me, I am turning in, so a very good night to all of you, and I will see you tomorrow morning in Santorini.